So good evening, everybody, once again. If you can hear me, just type in the chat box, yes, I can hear you, I can see your screen. I want to type in the chat box, I can hear you, I can see your screen. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so my name is Olu Joseph, and I'm so excited that we are taking this session, how to avoid being served breakfast. I guess this is just something that happens to those who are still single, right? And somebody asked me earlier, what does it mean to be served breakfast? Somebody asked that question, and I said, okay, just make yourself available and you will know what it means. It simply means it's a Nigerian balance. Serving somebody breakfast is a Nigerian balance. It's something that is common here in this part of the world. And it simply means somebody whose heart has been broken or dumped. Okay, that's the word, dumped, or the heart is broken. It could either happen to a man or a woman, a lady or a guy. Being served breakfast means that a relationship has gone sour and one person decided to stop it. One person decided to say, I'm not doing it anymore. And why should this kind of a thing happen? Why do people really want to be served breakfast? Do you think that people want to be served breakfast? Is it a normal thing? I want you to type in the chat box. Is it a normal thing to be served breakfast? Yes or no? Just type. Is it normal to be served a breakfast according to Nigerian parlance? Yes or no? Can you type it in the chat box for me? I need to know your view. I need to know your view. Who is on this call with me? I need you guys to be active with me. Let's do this together. Is it normal to be served breakfast? Yes or no? Type it in the chat box. No, it's not. It's not normal. Okay. Okay. No. Victor said no, it's not normal. But it still happens. It happens. Why does this kind of thing happen? What do you think, leads people to such situation? But before you answer that question, let me introduce to those who don't know me. Let me see on this call. Victor knows me, Ayo knows me, okay. So let's look at what can we do to avoid, see, this is my girlfriend and my wife, same person for the past 24 years. Next 2 weeks time, 21st of September, it will be 24 years marriage. And no breakfast has been served to anybody. She did not serve me breakfast, I did not serve her breakfast. We're in a covenant relationship. And how can you be in a relationship that you will not be served breakfast? That's what we want to look for. Look at the two of us. Is it not interesting? This was 2000, 2000, yeah, 2000, just before we got married, and then a few years after. Is it not beautiful? Oh my goodness. And of course, this is before the vows. Now, this is purely talking about married people staying together. It's a different ball game, but the two of us are on this call. The two of us are on this assignment, helping singles. The idea basically is to help singles to become better and to be able to choose very well. And already we are running a YouTube channel, which is talking about we have created videos, different kind of videos you can watch, you can learn, and then, you know, improve on your information, the information you have for yourself. So this evening, I just want to talk about the topic for today, which is how do we now avoid breakfast being served? You guys are single, you are not married yet. So how do you avoid it? The first thing I believe we should do is to know yourself. You need to know yourself first. A lot of people enter into a relationship without knowing who they are or what they have, their emotions. In this knowing yourself, I broke it down into two. One is emotional awareness. Do you understand your own emotional needs before you start joining yourself to a guy or to a lady? What triggers your emotions? What makes you angry? What makes you happy? You need to understand all this. What are the patterns that you have developed in your teen years? And now you're 20, you're 30. Before you get hooked to somebody, what are your emotional, are you aware of your emotions? Because this will help you to avoid getting into relationships that don't align with your values, your emotional well-being. When you are aware, for example, if you are not somebody who is going to a club, you know, going smoking, drinking, and all that, you are not. So if somebody that is, you know, interested in such things come your way, you already have your own values. You will not bend your values. If you know yourself, you'll be able to avoid breakfast being served. But if you compromise, it will be easy. So easy compromise allow people to get served breakfast. So you need to know yourself, you need to know your emotions, you need to have self-love, cultivate self-respect for yourself, have a strong sense of worth. When you value yourself, you are less likely to settle for less than you deserve. Do you agree with me on this? When you value yourself, you are less likely to settle for less than you deserve. If you agree with me, say yes. If you don't, say no in the chat box. I need to know whether you are following me. If you agree with this statement, when you value yourself, you are less likely to settle for less than you deserve. You are less likely. So it means that, yes, thank you very much, Amide. Yes, she agrees that when you value yourself, you have self-respect, self-worth. Some persons are timid. They don't even know what they are doing. And then they go and attach themselves to a relationship. No, you must be careful. You must not allow such things to continue in your life. How do you avoid being served breakfast? You choose emotionally intelligent partner. And how do you know it? Of course, when you go out on a date or something, you test the emotion of that person. How is the person reasoning? Choose someone who is emotionally aware, capable of communicating, not keep it to himself, and respect boundaries. When you say, these are things I don't allow in this relationship, that person should be emotionally intelligent and mature to say, oh, this lady has some rules, some boundaries. This guy has some rules and some boundaries. Emotional intelligence in a partner reduces the risk of miscommunication and unhealthy partners. For example, if a girl begins to allow a boy to be slapping her or using curses on her, you're stupid. Look at your head, look at your nose. Yeah, you know, derogatory words. Stay away from such relationship. That's becoming toxic. Because if you don't cut it early, it's going to affect you. And then breakfast will be served. But if you are very conscious and very open-minded, you already understand that this person is emotionally intelligent. He respects me. He respects my opinion. No matter what, like I used to tell people, no matter who the person is, make sure you have conversations. And during your conversation, make sure your own mindset, your opinion is said. Nobody should hush you. No lady should hush you down. No guy should hush you down. Because the relationship, you are bringing something to the table. You are bringing your mind, your spirit, soul, and body. You are bringing into play. And then watch out for red flags. Heli. There was somebody that got married. I mean, the reason why I'm talking about is now we have married people who are having challenges because they overlooked or turned their eyes away from these red flags. Recognize warning signs of emotional unavailability or toxic behavior before getting too invested. Wow. So this call is actually going to run another 10 minutes. Let's see if we can finish. If not, I will create another link, put it in the WhatsApp group, and then you can join again. So let me try and round up because people didn't actually come on time. This is a 30 minutes session, but let's see how far we can go. So watch out for red flags early. Watch out for red flags early. The first thing I said we should do was to know ourselves, right? Know yourself. I think I'm going to stop the message here. I will just so that we can you can ask questions and then how to avoid being served breakfast. Know yourself. I said, know yourself, how to avoid being served breakfast. If you know yourself, nobody will treat you anyhow. Have self-love for yourself. Be aware of who you are. Cultivate value for yourself. Have value. If you're a guy, have value. If you're a lady, have value. Values that you will not compromise. So you need to be conscious of who you are. And then the second, which this is where I'm going to stop today, choose emotionally intelligent partner. Watch out for red flags. Watch out for red flags. I repeat, watch out for toxic behavior. Somebody say, hey, maybe he's comparing you to other girls. Oh, look at that girl. She's fair in complexion. Why you are dark or you are brown in complexion. And he keeps saying it. Then if you are saying it, then you should go and meet the other person, not me. So be mindful of red flags and say it out. This, what you are saying, is not proper. I don't like it. If you want to be with me, be with me. How do you avoid being served breakfast? It is for you, number one, to do what? Tell me, who can tell me what you need to do? Who can tell me? Who can tell me what you need to do? What is the first point that I raised? Go ahead, type it, or you can unmute yourself and tell me what we need to. Let's discuss it in 5 minutes. Go ahead. Who wants to?
Was this self or something like that?
Self-awareness. Self-awareness. Yes. The first one talks about know yourself. And under self-love, under know yourself, two things, emotional awareness and self-love. Love yourself, respect yourself. The way you are fearfully and wonderfully made. So whoever is coming to you is to complement who God has created, not that you are less, no. So if you have values, you are less likely to be treated less. Do you understand that? If you have cultivated self-respect, you know who you are. You know where you're coming from. You know that you are fearfully and wonderfully made by God. You will not make any mistake. You know exactly what you are looking for. And the second one is, who can mention it? The second one, look for an emotionally matured person. Emotional intelligence is in a partner reduces the risk of miscommunication. Communication must be free, must flow from each other. And then I said, under this, you should watch out for red flags. What kind of red flags are we talking about? Can you share with me what kind of red flag should we look out for in our partners? Your boyfriend, your girlfriend, what kind of red flag? Adiola?
I think someone who doesn't respect you or share your values.
Yeah.
That is something to look out for.
So, and you look out for it from early, not that you have gone deeper, you have invested much of your time, energy, and everything to the relationship, and then you know. And the good thing is that you ladies, there is this sixth sense that God has given to you. You know that this guy is a bado, he's a baddie. But I started hearing that word baddie in a Nigerian movie. I said, oh, what is this word? Baddie. No. Or this, there's a program that some people they bust balloon. I don't know, I can't remember that name now. I watched it with my wife one day. They say, I
Pop
want
the balloon, yes.
I want a baddie. I say, a lady is saying she wants a baddie. And when the guy now shows you baddie, you now say, it's broken my heart. They can't be looking for baddie. Look for God-fearing. Look for what? God-fearing. Victor, what kind of red flags do you look for in a lady? Because you are a guy. It's me and you, we are guys. Victor.
The red flags that I can easily spot from the lady. The demand is higher than the
supply. What demand? When you say demand, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by demand? I can't hear him anymore. Can somebody hear me there?